Well, good morning. It's great to see you, and welcome back to the Old Man's Workbench, where today it seems like spring might actually just be around the corner. It's about 60 degrees outside. And when that happens, an old man's fancy turns to gardening, yard work, outside stuff that needs to happen. So today we're going to go take a look at waking up our compost pile, which we started last November. In fact, there's a video out there. I'll put a link in the description. So this is the compost bin that I built last November. And again, link in the description. You can see me putting this together. It took about, 20 minutes to toss this together. You don't really need a bin per se, but I decided I'd put one together. Over here is just a basic pile of the same material. It's just a bunch of leaves I just put in a pile. You can do this. You don't necessarily need a box to put stuff in. But what you're looking for is something that's about 3 feet square at least. And it's really just made up of organic material, basically leaves. A lot of my neighbors will take their leaves and they'll haul them out to the street, and the city crew will come by and they'll suck those up and they'll take them off somewhere. I don't do that. I take all my leaves, I mulch them up, I put them in a pile, I wet them down, and I just let them sit for the winter. And they'll start decomposing, but they do so pretty slowly because those leaves are mostly carbon, and to break down they need some nitrogen, just like an engine. An engine needs a spark, it needs some fuel, and it needs air. So in this case, the fuel is the mulched leaves. Obviously, the air is the air, and the spark is going to be that nitrogen. And there hasn't been a whole lot in here, so it's just been sputtering along, if you want to use that engine analogy. Hasn't been doing much. In fact, it's mostly been dormant this winter. So let me show you how we're going to wake this pile up out of its slumber and get this thing cooking again. First thing we're going to do is we're just going to pull all this material out. You can see I've got some greens in there, but they haven't really started decomposing yet. And it's started, but it's taken a while, and we want to help it along. This is also going to help introduce some oxygen in there, this process of sort of turning it over. Okay, so after about 5 minutes, I've got most of the material out. I've left about 6 inches in here, and I've fluffed it up. I don't know a better word to call it, but I've basically gone in here and just dug all the way down to the bottom because some of it was compacted. But I left about 6 inches, and you can see that even down at the bottom down here, it's a little bit dry and it needs water as well. So we're going to add some liquid, and that liquid is going to have some nitrogen in it. And that nitrogen is going to be that spark that we were talking about. And the process of turning this over introduces the oxygen that we need. So that's the engine that we're going to create. Then we're going to turn that on, turn that up. So let me show you the little witch's brew that we're going to make. That's going to be the real key to getting this thing going here. All right, I've got a bucket here, 5-gallon bucket. I've got a hose to add some water, and what we're going to use is blood meal, and this is very high in nitrogen, and we're just going to pour some in here. Some people measure it out. I don't. I just put a bunch in here. Then we're going to add some water. Going to add a little bit, and then we're going to mix it all up, and then we'll add some more. So I get my fancy dancy brew stick here, and I just sort of mix everything up. All right, now we'll add some more water. All right, that seems like that should be enough. We're just going to pour this bit on the top here. Pour a little bit in here. Let's see if I can swing this around here and just sort of sprinkle it as best we can. Okay, once we got that nice and soaked, we're just going to roll some of this back in here. We're going to put another layer of about 6 to 8 inches of this carbon type material in there. There's no need to be, really precise about it. You just want to make sure that it's kind of evenly layered and that nitrogen has a chance to kind of get throughout the whole compost pile. We're going to turn this probably in a week or so. All right, we've added about 6 to 8 inches of more material, and we're just going to again just sprinkle some of this on there. All right, we'll add another 6 inches and we'll top it off. The reason that I'm using this blood meal as a sort of a catalyst is because it's early enough in the season, there's not a lot of nitrogen-rich material out there. As soon as things start greening up, I'll start collecting, grass clippings and putting them in here, and that's really going to help the process as well. During the middle of the summer, my problem is going to be exactly the opposite. I'm going to have way too much nitrogen-rich material and not enough carbon-rich material. There are ways to introduce the carbon-rich material when there's not a lot of dead leaves. There's other carbon-rich material out there. We'll do a segment on that, maybe midsummer, when I've got a whole pile of grass clippings and not a lot of leaves or any brown type material. Let's pour a little bit more of this on there. We'll put this last little bit on top. Before we do that, you can see I've added some kitchen scraps that I've been collecting, and again, that's going to help with adding some additional nutrients, some additional nitrogen nutrients to it. But that'll all compost and decompose and be part of a garden going forward here. So let's complete this. All right, so there you have it. Now we're just gonna do the same thing to that pile. That pile is going to be a little easier because I can just pull stuff out on all sides, add the blood meal, which is brewed, to the center of it, put the stuff back on, and we'll be back. I'm pretty sure we're going to see a pretty big increase in the internal temperature, which means that inside there, that's cooking. We'll tear it all apart again, turn it over again, and continue on with the process. But it shouldn't take more than a couple, 3, maybe 4 weeks, which puts us right at the beginning of planting season around here, so that we've got some material that's great for starting a garden or starting a flower bed or even planter boxes. And this blood meal, which is only one way to add nitrogen, but this blood meal is, as I said, a way to sort of supercharge the process and get it going again. But you can get it at pretty much any big box store, and a bag this size will cost you about $8 to $10, which, when you compare it against maybe $10 a bag or more for potting soil, is a pretty good trade-off. We're going to have a lot of that type of soil here by doing this. All right, well, here we are out at the compost pile a couple of weeks after we added that blood meal, and things are cooking along nicely, as you can see, good and hot, which means the microbes are doing their job, breaking things down, creating heat. We're going to leave it go for a little while longer. That's going to about do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I know I did. Give us a thumbs up, leave us a comment, let us know what you liked. And by all means, take a second to subscribe if you like this kind of content. We would really appreciate it. In the meantime, we will see you in the next one.